Angel was about to launch Jacob's ladder at full power. Her target's many eyes were wide. Yet even now, Yuji's focus has not left the King of Curses for even a single moment. Todo was prepared to act immediately. Sukuna's hulking fist crashed down. Several clusters of rubble were launched upwards. A massive pillar of light simultaneously descended on their location. The ancient sorcerer rapidly ascended just outside of the technique's range. Hana was shocked. Sukuna was previously hit by this move inside of Yuta's domain. But in the outside world, this move can't target a specific person. This one would hit Todo and Yuji too. Taking advantage of the lacking accuracy, Sukuna decided to literally climb Jacob's ladder so he could get to Angel. Angel told her host to retreat. Sukuna leapt from his momentary foothold. In the next instant, he was behind her. Hana desperately tried to turn around. Considering their symbiotic relationship, Sukuna could only see this challenger as a powerful technique inside a pitiful body, which had only been furthered by the loss of her arm. Their power was far more impressive before the injury. To avoid being separated from Megami's body, Sukuna would put Angel down. Todo made his move. He guarded against yet another black flash from Sukuna. They smiled at one another as Sukuna thought to himself that Todo truly is a sorcerer down to his very core. Todo and Hana were shunted through 2 buildings. Now, they were both out of commission. Since they couldn't fight anymore, Sukuna knew that Yuji was the only threat left. He'd be sure to finish Angel off later. But Sukuna's target was already behind him with a raised fist. Sukuna looked over his shoulder to see that same unwavering gaze with an imbued fist. He realized that the brat chased after him despite being burned by the light. Yuji cracked him across the face. He held Sukuna by the ankles and turned this into Naruto vs Sasuke at the end of part 1. Sukuna was sent through a building. He regained his footing as rubble rained down. His instinct screamed at him to evade. Sukuna displaced himself as Yuji fell down and activated his dismantle. An unexpected hand was extended. Yuji did his best to avoid the enhanced flurry of blows. But despite the proximity of Sukuna's new fist to his face, Yuji didn't so much as flinch. Sukuna returned the favor and cracked Yuji across the face. Thanks to his most recent Black Flash, Sukuna has managed to regain his reverse curse technique. His severed limbs have all been repaired. So much of Jujutsu Kaisen's progress has just been negated. He grabbed hold of Yuji as he extended his arm for a punch. Sukuna wouldn't do anything too risky like Gojo needed to. While Yuji stopped the fist, 2 more approached and struck him hard. And even then, Yuji's eye is still open. At this point, it's only a matter of time before Sukuna's technique recovers too. So Yuji was hardly a threat. But while Sukuna was getting comfortable, Yuji remained locked in as he activated yet another dismantle. He targeted Sukuna's stability and forced him to slip. Yuji got up and moved closer with an open palm. Sukuna avoided the dismantle attempt. Since it can target the barrier between his soul and Megami's, Yuji's technique is especially dangerous to the King of Curses. He hit Yuji again while considering the bright side. And yeah, that boy Yuji is still winning this staring contest. Sukuna confidently rationalized that so long as the brat can't land a hit, there was no danger at all. But that's when he realized a major oversight in this strategy. We flash back to Yuji's field lesson with Gojo at the beginning of the series. Although the ultimate form of barrier technique requires a lot of curse energy, it still has plenty of benefits. Firstly, it provides an environmental stat boost akin to a video game. But in this case, the more relevant aspect is the second benefit, that within a domain, curse techniques are guaranteed to hit. And 260 chapters later, Yuji finally says the magic words, domain expansion. Thanks to his switch training with Kusakabe, Yuji was able to learn the fundamentals of barrier techniques from the strongest grade 1 sorcerer. 4 eyes open wide. They were inside a train station. Sukuna wondered what was going on. Yuji looked good as new. He smiled and told Sukuna to follow him. Sukuna looked up while clearly having no idea what is going on. Even his appearance has changed. What an absolutely phenomenal display from our main character. Yuji clearly has the clutch gene. This guy is way too cool right now. Based on what we've seen so far, and just how unorthodox they can be in general, it's hard to say what this domain's gimmick might be. Although fingers crossed we get to see Sukuna be hit by a train. But now that I think about it, we saw Gojo end up in an airport. If we assume he went to the pearly gates, then maybe Yuji is about to send this man Sukuna straight to hell. Jujutsu High went into this fight like Batman going after Superman. Contingencies on contingencies. They thought of damn near everything, and it still was not enough. But no one could have predicted Yuji's streak of Black Flash attacks. Although this isn't the first time he's done so consecutively, the count is beyond unreasonable. Since joining this fight, Yuji has landed 9 Black Flashes. By comparison, Sukuna has landed 6. Now, I want you guys to remember what Nanami said about the feeling of a Black Flash. That it is like being at the center of everything, as all of reality revolves around you. What is, in essence, the outlook of a king. Nanami said this back when he held the record for the most Black Flashes in a single day, which was 4. Yuji's first Black Flash in this fight was said to have unleashed his potential. And ever since then, his demeanor has shifted to the awakened state we now see. The only other person to hit Sukuna with a Black Flash across this entire conflict was Gojo. Sukuna expected Yuji to be the main course of this feast, but this far exceeds his expectations. Yuji's manipulation of curse energy has advanced so dramatically that he has reached what Gojo called the pinnacle of Jujutsu sorcery, the creation of a domain expansion. Early into the fight, Sukuna totally disregarded his former host and tossed him away like trash. He wasn't interested in him at all. But after seeing that the brat learned reverse curse technique in only a month, everything changed. He spaced out in the middle of their fight to have an identity crisis. All of a sudden, he started to consider the ideologies of his opponents. Even just this chapter, he acknowledged Todo as a true sorcerer and enjoyed the experience. Sukuna was targeted by people just like them 1,000 years ago, but he was way too strong to bother considering their existences beyond being an obstacle to destroy. Because his soul shared a body with Yuji's for so long, Sukuna has undeniably changed. He finds the prospect of a weakling being able to challenge him thanks to the sheer force of will to be deeply unpleasant. And this aspect of the conflict has yet to be fully explored or resolved. And at that, Yuji's involvement is all but necessary to do so. So at the very least, I think we can expect Sukuna to face the full brunt of Yuji's indomitable ideals. Black Flashes aside, plenty of his loved ones have already died. So it is definitely time for the main character to power up. There is no way that you guys are not hype about this story right now, so just let it all out in the comments. And if you have any ideas as to what this domain expansion will be like, let us know that too. As always, I'm Slice of Otaku. Thank you all so much for watching and have an awesome day. I love you.